Sound Words. Christian Magazine. Republished by Irving Risch, host of Down to Earth but Heavenly Minded podcast. 8th article. The Glories of the Son. In the Epistle to the Hebrews, the glories of the Son are brought very forcibly before us. We see the Son in Hebrews chapter 1 as the established heir of all things. He was the heir of all things before the world began. This lay embedded in the will of God, but it has now been revealed, and we have been brought into the light of it. Everything subsists because of him, who upholds all by the word of his power. And this is the blessed person who is to engage our hearts. When we come to Hebrews chapter 2, another aspect of his glory engages us. We view the same person, come into manhood, that he might undergo the sufferings of death, tasting death for everything, and annulling him who had the power of death. In verse 5 the world to come is introduced. A world where all is to come under man, but that man, God's own dear Son. In Psalm chapter 8, we are told that the glory of the Lord has been set above the heavens, which doubtless reveals God's purpose in man. Here we see Jesus, who has been down into death, raised to the highest heights, and all the glory now shines refulgent in his face. What a sight meets our gaze when by faith we look up to see him there, the one in whom righteousness, holiness, and glory have found their resting place. The poet has put it, 'Tis that look that melted Peter, 'tis that face that Stephen saw, 'tis that heart that wept with Mary, can alone from idols draw. Draw, and win, and fill completely, till the cup o'erflow the brim. What have we to do with idols who have companied with him? While we await the moment when he shall fill all in the world to come, we know him as the leader of the many sons he is taking on to glory, and for this blessed leadership, he was made perfect through sufferings. What a joy to our hearts to know that we belong to the company that is to be for God's good pleasure. The knowledge of these things should surely affect our thoughts and ways now. Art Duncanson.